Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to Stretford Paddock. I am Adam McKola. I am in Cyprus right now. Yes, I'm here for the poker with Poker Stars, but still got time to have a dive into the Manchester United latest news and let you lot know just what is going on. Right now, it looks like I'm in some sort of old-fashioned palace right now, but I can assure you it's not. It's my hotel, and we're here to bring you the news that yesterday we had some serious, or at least it felt like it, we've had lots of developments over the last couple of weeks and months, and you've always been hearing something, but a lot of it has been rubbish. A lot of it has been guesswork. A lot of it has just been social media rumours. The stories that are coming out yesterday and today seem to have a little bit of weight to them, but we obviously have to wait and see. And that is that Manchester United are set to vote on selling a minority stake to Jim Ratcliffe as the Qataris have pulled out of a deal. Now, some of this information obviously is on loads of different pages. I'm using the Athletics article today, which is with David Ornstein, Laurie Whitwell and more. But we hear Manchester United's board is set to vote on selling a minority stake in the club to British billionaire Jim Ratcliffe after Sheikh Jassim's Qatari group claimed to have withdrawn from the race. The retracted battle to buy the Premier League club from the Glazer family, who put it on the market last November, almost a year ago now, had been a two-horse contest between the 9-2 Foundation, which was obviously Jassim's, and Ratcliffe's INEOS petrochemical empire. Amid PR briefings and fan protests over 11 months, neither bidder has met the Glazers' asking price of $8 billion, which is £6.4 billion, which both parties instead valuing the club at closer to $6.3 billion, so $1.7 billion short of their asking price. Now, a lot of people have seemed to be getting confused here and going, well, the Qataris have pledged 1.5 billion as well to the club and the stadium and all these. First of all, we have to accept here that the Glazers don't give two shits whether you're going to be a good custodian for the club, whether you're going to look after the club, whether all they want to do is maximize their money, their profits and their income. They don't care if you're going to spend 2 billion on the club. They'd rather you give that 2 billion to them and the club can wait and go whistle. We've seen that, and there's evidence of that from the Glazers whilst they've been in charge of Manchester United. And a lot of people that are using that and going, as much great as it sounds to have that money spent on the stadium, infrastructure, etc., which it needs to be, the Glazers don't care about that. And I think that's one of the things we have to take into consideration. So while the Qataris may go, our bid includes $6.3 billion plus this much dollars committed to the club, it's only the $6.3 billion that matter to the Glazers. And if they know money's there, they'll want that as well. So I could see that, I've seen people talking about that, and that's never been a thing for me because I don't think the Glazers give two shits. But representatives from Sheikh Jassim's bid delivered a twist on Saturday night when they claimed that, after further discussions in recent days, the Qatari royal had informed the Glazers that he was withdrawing from the process. Sources close to INEOS and at Man United now believe the Glazers are now moving towards selling a minority stake of 25% to Ratcliffe. Now, there's one theory that Sheikh Jassim could be withdrawing his offer in order to make the Glazers think twice or to sit back at the table. But it does seem like this INEOS, Jim Ratcliffe, Glazer relationship has gone much further down the line, whilst, according to briefings and everything else, the Qataris have kind of been left in the shadows and in the quiet. So we hear that sources close to INEOS and United now believe the Glazers are moving towards selling a minority stake of 25% to Ratcliffe. Those sources were not permitted to speak publicly due to confidentiality agreements have told The Athletic that a deal with Ratcliffe has been agreed in principle, subject to board ratifications, with key club figures due to meet and vote on the proposed deal in the coming days. Ratcliffe's minority stake would potentially give the billionaire sporting control of the club, but deny fans a clean break from their unpopular owners. Now, I want the Glazers to fuck off and fuck off sharpish. I want to see the back of them more than ever. But my reaction to hearing the news that we wouldn't be owned by the Qataris wasn't the same reaction that I saw on. There was a lot of people upset about it. And I see, when you see Newcastle and Man City doing what they're doing, or PSG or whatever, I get it. But also, I don't want my club being run by a state. Whether that state's the United States, the United Kingdom, whether it's Qatar, Saudi Arabia, I don't want Manchester United to be state-owned. I don't want us to be called into disrepute or dragged into messes every time that country's government does something mental or bad or wrong or whatever. Whoever's government it is, we shouldn't be used as a sports washing tool. So I'm kind of happy about that. But I do want to see the back of the Glazers, and this Ratcliffe deal isn't going to see that, not soon anyway. Maybe it's a slow progression to it, but surely it's got to be years rather than, like, you know, a couple of years rather than months. So I don't know what's going on. But if someone else takes control of the sporting control of the club, that may be a good thing. But we look at Nice, who knows. Anyway, how did we get here? I'm not going to go through everything that they've put down here. We know the story so far. But this is, like, the Glazers asked, why has it taken so long? The Glazers bought their first share in Manchester United 20 years ago. For them, it's the start of a beautiful friendship, one they've been very reluctant to give up. And who can blame them? What started with soft loans and management fees blossomed into a 9-figure windfall from a partial flotation on the New York Stock Exchange before settling down into a comfortable life together with regular dividends. That kind of relationship is hard to let go, even when the romance has gone. There was never any romance. Never ever any romance. And actually, they point that out. They say, actually, now that we think about it, the relationship arc has gone from distrust to disgust. We can't stand the Glazers. We never have. That's been the case since 2005. So now we have to wait and see what the Glazers do next, how they vote, and what happens on this vote. And if that's the case, we could see Sir Jim Ratcliffe coming in with sporting control of the club, but only 25% ownership. And I don't know how that would develop further. I'd assume he would try to, you know, continue to pick up pieces of the pie. It's kind of, it's just demoralising, isn't it? We think we're getting rid of these clowns, and here we are with a slow, long goodbye. Anyway, let us know your thoughts about all of that in the comments below. You know, some of you will have different opinions to me on the Qatari thing, and that's absolutely fine. Doesn't mean I'm changing my opinion on it, but don't start sending me abuse about it, because I know for a fact I'm definitely in the right on that, to not want my club to be owned by a nation state. But yeah, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe, like, comment, share. I've been Adam McKola. I'm out of here.